my understanding of our physicality and how physicality comes into play is well rehearsed, you could say. I mean, like I said, I've had hundreds of lives, perhaps even thousands of lives. And yes, in order to be whole, you have to ground, which of course, basically in meditation, you would see, you could use the example that your feet become rooted to the ground. In other words, your roots actually appear from the bottoms of your feet and go into the earth and go deeply into the earth, and you connect with Gaia or Mother Earth or Mu, as she is also called, or any other given name in whatever tradition it happens to be. And you pull forth the energy of the earth, and the earth sends forth her energy as you connect with her. And then if you open all of your chakras to the 15th chakra, or as high as you are capable of resonating, you then in turn send positive energy to the earth, and the earth grounds and removes from you all the negativity that has garnered or gathered upon your electrical or energetic field, and also helps you to cleanse your chakras.
And with that, I said, and with that, I'd like to thank you. We're past the hour now, but I wanted to describe Saint Germain because you mentioned him and the
yes.
violet flame. Folks, in the terms of theosophy or theosophist, Madame Helen Blavatsky was one of the co-founders of the Theosophical Society and declared that Saint Germain was one of the hidden masters of Tibet who secretly controlled the destiny of the world. So you may want to look into the history back in about 1700s, but people say he lived to be 124 years old, but he used alchemy. But he once said to one of the kings that he was with, because he was all about the brotherhood of alchemy and teaching, and he is the father of alchemy to many people as an ascended master. There go the violet flame. But when Saint Germain, he was between 1763 and 69 after leaving Russia, but he's known to have spent a year or so in Berlin, and he knew many, many people during that time. And many people have even talked about the violet flame. Anybody in following alchemy or metaphysics or esoterics knows about Saint Germain and his alchemy and how he used it, which he believed they said alchemy is really the purest learning of how to be immortal essence of the soul. And he had learned to accomplish that. And there is his notoriety for alchemy, which is just transformation. If you study it back in all the ancient, it wasn't about turning anything into gold. It was about pure essence and the elixir of life as an immortal, learning to be as young as one possibly could be. And that was a big thing, especially in Germany and among the people during that time. So there's a very big history of many people that have walked the earth and done their part, and others thought them to be charlatans or frauds, and then later on in life they're deified. Now, I watched the become of Pastor Richard and Pastor Teresa, who knows that this is the Ascension Age, and we're all equal to all of you as the I Am presence, which he talked about the I Am and the alchemy, and began the original brotherhood as Madame Blavatsky felt like he was a person that was deified as an immortal. So that's why you'll hear Saint Germain, and if you've ever wondered about the violet flame, all of the things you hear of in New Age, occultist, esoteric theosophy is in your history books. So if you have time, pick up The Gods of Eden. It's a book, or the raw material by Ra, who is actually by three people working to get words out of the Ascension Masters. And The Gods of Eden was research done by William Bramley, Bramley, EY. Richard, you did an excellent job today of getting us started in June for disclosure for all extraterrestrial behavior on the planet with others who study with us as the Ascension Cosmos Oracles presents. And that is a corporation, Ascension Cosmos Oracle Corps, our core of beings like the Marine Corps, Brotherhood, Fellowship, Sisterhood of all of us in the mystics, psychic, sage, seers. And we'll cover more, including how the tarot came into being from Thor and the Matrix and the Egyptian gods and the fired emerald green tablets of old by, one of the Egyptian gods. And many people have that flame of truth in them, including me, going back in a pyramid. So it's one of my past lives. So we'll talk about extraterrestrials, past lives, the life after life, Monroe Institute, and how the intelligence world follows all of this, especially alchemy and metaphysics around the world today, because it's so empowering and lifting and uplifting. So be uplifting, up-leveling in the game of life. We are the authors of our own life stories. If you like what Richard and I had to say, please support us, donate. You can still use PAL, although we hear it's going away due to cell phones, but you can send any money you'd like to. You can put a note where you'd like it to be spent on this radio show, paying the overhead. It's all we've ever done with the bills is pay overhead, but TJ Morris Agency at gmail.com. I'm the agent of service for many associations, nonprofits, but I'm trying to retire this year and only reconstitute my belief in the Ascension Age with Pastor Richard Knight and myself as the main captains. When he's not steering the ship, I am. So we're steering the Ascension Age ship, and we'll help you in ways of theosophy ingrained in metaphysics and the occult, metaphysical, ancient mystery schools. If many of you never entered them, a lot of what people put out today may or may not be the truth. So use that with a grain of salt. And Richard, we will return next Sunday. I know I can count you in on that. And folks, if you have time, Thursday, we're going to start doing our paranormal metaphysical day again with different metaphysical, our paranormal groups of the ancient art of paranormal that I'm known for, was asked to be on a topic and a speaker at Mid-South Con in 2016. I did talk to Marta Thomas. She's not giving a pyramid this year, maybe next year, conference in Chicago. But Richard and I may or may not be going to Vegas if we can work that out in September for MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. You can always count on MUFON, and we have UAP Associates and the UFO Association, but I'm very careful now due to scrutiny, security, and the combination of all the different Democrat, Republican things going on in the world and the hierarchy. But, you know, all we can do is love each other, unify, and say that we are all the I am in us all as the God, Goddess, and the cosmic egg. So with that said, for all of you that have a monad philosophy or monad, thank you for joining us in all of this. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, just let Pastor Rick know. Pastor Rick, I know you have rtnight35 at Gmail. Is that still good? RTKNIGHT, is that still good, 35? rtnight35 at Gmail?
Yes, that's a valid email that I use all the time. You can also catch me on Facebook. I have a profile on Facebook. I also have a profile on LinkedIn. That's the basic ways to connect with me. Do what?
Yeah, we have plenty of websites and domains for our businesses, including this one as well. And we just got to get everybody on the same page as to knowing what we're promoting for others to be included, because it's process to be in the Ascension Cosmos Oracles and presenting the Ascension Church Ohana. And I saw lightning split a tree and fire. So if you ever say that a prophet has to be called by God and lightning has to strike them, it was close enough, but I lived through that one due to rubber tires on a car. But I have plenty of initiations to talk about in the future that I haven't been privileged or haven't wanted to discuss, didn't think it mattered. But now the extraterrestrials visited me and told me to start telling my story. So let's get on with it, Richard. And we'll keep doing notes and inviting other people. If you are a starseed, are a light worker, truth seeker, or any of the above, mystic, oracles, psychic, sages, seers, shaman, prophets, are leveling up in the light game of life, are just strictly a supporter. Let us know who you are. We'll get you on the show. All right, Richard, just look, folks, I build them during the week, but this is our mainstay, our home base on Sundays for Pastor Rick, Pastor Teresa. And we'll, Pastor Gigi and Pastor Ken are a little under weather. They're a lot older than we are in their 70s, and but they're here. We're the elders of your church. Love and light, Richard. See you. Talk to you hopefully during the week, okay?
Yes, love and light.
Thank you. Thank you. Good job today. Thank you, everybody. All right, here we go. We're going to get out of here.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When you're dead.